Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. This is Adam Kebby broadcasting from the Kebby Kitchen, which is very messy, and that's why I'm focusing on a notebook so you don't see the horribleness in my kitchen because we haven't done the dishes in a day. I am trying to browse a game that I'm trying to get our baseball fans to do, which is basically you hook up with a buddy or a friend or a baseball person and you pick a good lineup, and it's not just a draft. You don't want to be the have it be the best players, but someone you like. We're trying to get the people you cared about, somebody that gave you memories, things in your life or whatever. It can be any of this. So how the game worked, how I played it the last 2 days, is that you play with two people and you name a position, like say first base, and like say here, Andrea picked Pete Rose, and I countered with Herbeck because Herbeck is the only player who's suplexed a person in baseball, so I kind of had to go with that. And you go on until you figure your lineup out. You 8 position players, 5 starters, 2 relievers. Seems pretty simple. So, but you pick one position, and one person names the position, picks a player, and the other person counters with a position player of the same. So, back and forth. I will go with my lineup, which I'll start. I have first base, Herbie, Ken Herbeck. Can't argue with that because he suplexed Ron Gant and it was totally legal. There's no referee involved. Catcher, Carlton Fisk. He's Pudge. He hit the big home run in '75, and it was replayed for like 20 years on This Week in Baseball. Second base, Billy Martin, because Billy Martin is completely insane, and he deserves to be there somewhere, because who wouldn't you want your back there but Billy? Third base, and Greg Nettles, also from the Yankees. He was just a hard-nosed player, and his baseball card also, he was called Craig once in his life, so hey, that's something. Right field, once again, took the Yankees, and also the Oakland A's, Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, pretty good. And shortstop, Robin Yount, the Brewers. His numbers speak themselves, 3,000 hits, great mustache, never shaved it off. Left field, I don't know if I picked it correctly, but I picked George Foster because he's under-recognized, and he's the only person that hit 50-plus home runs in the 1970s. Center field, as you're seeing, I picked Kirby Puckett because there was nobody more clutch, I think, ever than him, and he made my childhood so great. Why wouldn't I pick Puckett? My first pitcher, Vida Blue, pitched great for the A's in their 2 championships, and also great with the Giants. Also, one of the few members of the Oakland A's that did not grow a mustache when Charlie Finley asked them to. Second pitcher, the big unit, Randy Johnson. Why wouldn't I? He blew up a bird. Come on. Why wouldn't you do that? Third, Jim Cott. Kitty Cott was consistent from the late 50s till the early 80s. He won his first World Series ring in his last year's pitching in middle relief for the St. Louis Cardinals. Kitty was amazing, a great baseball announcer, one of the best minds in the game, and he should be in the Hall of Fame. Fourth starter, Walter Johnson. He has more wins than any other pitcher ever. Why would I not pick him? Fifth, This is a counter to Andrea's pick. Ferguson Jenkins. He got traded many more times than he should have on his way to a Hall of Fame career, yet apparently nobody really wanted him. He kept winning games. Two relievers. Quisenberry. Well, didn't quite get it done in 80, but he did get it done in 85. His submarine style, you would try to copy in the playground, but the ball didn't break and it didn't go anywhere, and it usually ended up in a ton of line drives. And the other one would be Raleigh Fingers, and he's got the great mustache, and he also got people out for 10, 15 years, and he looked so darn cool doing it. He's still got the mustache. So I got Andrew's lineup when we pick back and forth. First base, Pete Rose. Not his original position, but hey, he was good every position he played because he was Pete Rose. Catcher, Joe Mauer. He was one of the greatest catchers ever, modern era. I don't think anybody would doubt his defensive or offensive ability. Except we wish it would have gone on longer. It's too bad he got hurt. Second base, Jackie Robinson. Enough said. The guy could do anything, and he overcame more adversity than anybody else in either of these lineups combined. Third base, the Mad Dog, Bill Madlock. Total 300 hitter. Tough as nails. Can't say enough about him. You're afraid of him when he's at the plate. Right field, Babe Ruth. Well, duh. Why wouldn't you? He did everything. Shortstop, Ernie Banks. Again, what he hit, like 512 home runs or something. He's Mr. Cobb. And you know, when you look at him, you can think a guy that looked as skinny as he did could hit that many home runs. He was just that talented. And he basically made the Cubs as a team. And he's still revered that way. Left field, Joe DiMaggio. Nothing wrong with the 56-game hitting streak. You got to go there. Center field, Mickey Mantle again. He was the complete player. He tried so hard until his body broke. Pitchers, Catfish Hunter, World Series champions with the Oakland A's, and then the New York Yankees. One of the greatest pitchers of the 1970s, doesn't get enough recognition. Same pitcher, Clemens, even though he's got the storied thing hanging over his shoulder, he still struck out a ton of people. And I remember when he pitched the Houston Astros and I was at Wrigley Field, I was so excited to see him pitch. Despite the cloud that's held over him, he was that darn good. Third, she picked Bert Blyleven, somebody that ended up with like 280 wins, should have had about 360, except he played for crap teams for the most of his career. He still have 2 world championships, 79 with the Pirates and 87 with the Twins. Best curveball ever, even though a lot of people jacked it out of the park, it was still great. And she complimented Walter Johnson with Cy Young. Well, he won more games than anybody. Why wouldn't you want him on your team? I guess I would. And then she picked Koufax because, well, he's the left arm of God. He was the best pitcher ever. Nothing else to be said about Sandy. Relief pitchers, Joe Nathan. He was lights out for the Twins for set years. I think 50-some saves a couple years. As a Twins fan, dealing with the Ron Davis years of the 1980s, it was so comforting to have someone come in and you knew they were going to get everybody out and you weren't going to have a heart attack. It was great to have Joe on our team for the 5+ years he did, and then she picked Sparky Lau as her second relief pitcher. He won the Cy Young in '77, helped the Yanks win their first world championship in about 15+ years. A gamer, wrote one of the greatest baseball books ever, a great slider, and a genuinely great character. So what I'm asking is this: is if you're missing baseball, find a friend, and you don't necessarily want to pick the best team, but maybe just go back and forth between positions, pick different people, and make baseball your own. Because in the end, it's our game. It's the game we grew up with, and the game you want to continually enjoy. So that's my idea, and I hope you enjoy it. Maybe I'll do another one of these with another unwitting victim. Unfortunately, there's nobody else in my house that can name more than 2 baseball players, so I guess I've got to work on that myself. I hope everybody's having a great night, and we'll all get through this. Peace out.